Our first item on the agenda is 313 Conestoga Road. It's a new driveway and new residence. Does anyone want to discuss the plans?
Well, the applicants aren't here today to answer any of our questions or discuss the matter. So I would like to make a motion to deny the COA and have the applicant reapply.
Sounds great to me since we can't discuss. So, any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
I have one comment for the applicant also. We don't have any photographs
Good point.
Correct.
as part of this package, and that should be part of the next
Good point.
meeting and submission.
Even though it's a vacant lot, you mean the
We need
photographs are
context.
adjacent.
Yeah.
Good point.
Okay.
Do we finish? So,
Mhm.
all in favor of denying the COA
Yes.
and reapplying next month? Our next item is 220 Bloomingdale Ave, which is an addition to an existing garage. I believe we're in the same situation in this plan with no applicant or representative of the applicant present. So therefore, really, there's no discussion available for us. Does anyone else have a comment, or should we make a motion?
I'll make a motion to deny a COA and have the applicant reapply.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I believe that's a good move, considering we cannot discuss this. Okay, moving along, we have new business. And something on the agenda, beginning of the year, is to make some nominations for our chair and co-chair positions. Would someone like to entertain a nomination? I would like to nominate Cam Lacey for chair.
And I would like to,
I second that.
I second, all in favor, I guess.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And then co-chair?
I'm not allowed to vote, right?
I guess you could.
I'd like to nominate Beverly Barnes for co-chair.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so we have our new positions. Any other new business? Hello?
Susan Byrne from Wayne, and I'm here
Could
tonight.
you speak into the mic?
Oh, yes, is it on? Is that better? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's much better. Hi, I'm Susan Byrne from Wayne, and I'm here tonight to represent the Luella Court Historic District. And the reason that I'm here is because in the 12 years that I've lived in the court, we've never really seen any development activity or development interest actively expressed about the mansion, and recently we have. As a neighborhood and as a district, we're not adverse to that. In fact, we kind of see it coming down the road and think that it could be a spectacular building. I mean, it just could be so pretty. It has such good bones, but we don't want to see it compromised because it is the founder's house, and it is so critical to the quality of life in the district, and we believe in the entire center of Wayne. So I'm kind of just publicly putting that out there, so that if any research needs to be done, or
Is anyone aware of anything? Any?
Yeah, that was my next question. What kind of rumors have you heard regarding?
no, it wasn't rumors. I actually saw some developers looking at it on separate occasions, measuring it. One guy was measuring it, measuring the yard, measuring the street, the right of way.
So you don't know if they were doing that for renovation or to tear it down or to make it back into, a single-family house?
I don't, and I don't think it's that far along, even if they were. But we've been successful in that delicate little neighborhood, being kind of ahead of the problems. That's why we got our zoning changed, and why we had, some things like that done. The historic district even made and constructed, and so we like to be ahead of things so that they're not a problem. We head them off at the pass when it's keep it pleasant and
That's
and
good.
constructive.
And we have,
So-
for what it's worth, it sounds like certain, not so much applicants yet, but people considering applying for a Harb review have discuss with a few of us, well, what do you think about this? Or what if I do this? Or
Yes.
what do you think is the most appropriate? And I would love.
We used to, one of my neighbors used to use a resource camp to
Right.
take a look at
And I
something.
think that would be wonderful if any of us
Yes.
see or hear of someone who's interested, maybe there's a discussion there.
Hmm. But, this is supposed to be able to defend it from changing on the outside. And
Right.
I think if it was done properly, it could be the most elegant building,
It sounds like it.
and, probably
I think you're
for
right.
miles. But done poorly, could
Well, it's
just,
so prominent. It's like the
it's the
center.
founder's house.
And the founder's house of the whole
Yes.
town, basically, of
Yes.
Wayne. But it's
Mhm.
so prominent, like physically,
Yes.
geographically, and then it makes your district.
Yeah, we see people walking by all the time, kind of going like, what is
Yeah,
that?
it's wild. And the little park
Yeah.
leading up to it's beautiful.
Yeah,
and
it's beautiful. They did a nice job on the park
And that-
entrance. And
that
it's a nice
township-
little shopping district unto
It
itself
is.
now.
It is.
It's expanded Wayne.
That's true. No, You're right. It's its own little place now.
But that little, people do use it, non-residents use it as a little park.
Is that a township maintained but not owned?
It's leased
Leased?
for $1 by the town. The entrance?
Yeah, that
Yes.
entrance. So the township leases and maintains it,
Yes.
because I love it. I
That's
think
recent.
It's a great park.
That's within the last couple of years,
Okay,
yes.
So let's hope that remains.
But also that whole side yard,
That's true.
It provides green space. If you look at an aerial view of
Yeah,
town,
That's true.
it's green space in, between the municipal yard, the
No,
station.
it's tight there.
Yes.
No, I'd love to. So I hope we hear something.
So for the town, I think it's important that because I
No,
think
that's a good point.
if, everyone, I've seen it in the past, not everyone, but I've seen in the past where somebody who's gone through a long process to get permits and do whatever they do says, we didn't know that. It's a hardship to us now. Oh. And that's sometimes the case and not. And now, everyone should know this is a
But
district.
people should know that.
They should, but should is
What's
kind
the
of a
story with sketch plans? Are sketch plans only if you choose to do a sketch plan? I forget. Does anyone know? You might know.
I think the way it's written is that we can kind of dictate based on the project what we want to see.
Okay.
There's some cases where a full site plan is necessary, there are others that it's not. And if a sketch suffices, that's fine. We have to be, and I think these guys are looking at things, and if they feel like there's a question, they call us and say,
Okay.
what do you think? And
Okay.
we'll rule on that. But
Mhm.
the way the ordinance or the rules are written, it's we have that latitude, I think.
That's, okay, case by case.
Yeah.
And our district is kind of unusual in the design of the
It is.
preservation, in that it's the kind of topology of the area, little
Exactly.
cottages.
The
It's-
configuration is such. Basically, the homes were built 10 years, more than 10 years, 30 years later than the original mansion was built.
Yeah,
Or
at
if not
least.
more.
Mhm.
And they were built surrounding because of the mansion, so
Mhm.
it's
So it depends
development
upon the
pattern.
center building remaining there and the
Yeah.
little buildings
Yeah.
staying around it. We think they're gonna not go anywhere,
No, that's
and
what
then
the
just the
character,
room in the center.
that's the character, basically,
Mhm.
so,
It
you're
is the
right.
neighborhood character, yeah.
And it's such a great building, let's hope they use it. I mean, it's,
Oh, it's beautiful inside. It has really great bones. You can walk out the windows.
yeah.
It's fabulous. So I just wanted to let you know
No,
so
that's
that
really good
if
heads
there's
up.
any, research that can be done ahead of time. As
Yeah.
I said, we like to get ahead of things versus wait too
We-
late and complain.
We have the National Register documentation, as you all know, but the public should know too. We have that information already done previous to when the Harb meetings occurred, because to create the district.
Mhm.
But if anyone has more information, we should,
Mhm.
maintain this file. And if you hear anything more, let
Oh,
us
yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah. Believe me. I will.
So that's
Well,
good.
the other thing too is that if the developers or whoever is involved in this would like to come and look at the information they have,
Mhm.
they can definitely do that.
Good point.
Mhm.
It's at the Historical Society. And it's probably at your office, isn't it your office?
I think it's both, yep.
Yeah.
And I think it's
So-
online, on the survey
Yeah.
online.
So we do have that information. It is available to the public pretty easily.
Okay. And the resource is available too because it's an historic district to whoever owns it or buys it.
Mm-hmm.
That might,
Right.
sway some decisions during
Yeah,
the construction process.
exactly.
Yeah, and
Do
also,
you know who owns it now?
Pardon me?
Do you know who owns it now?
I do. It's a consortium. It's kind of mysterious. They don't really talk about it much, but one of them is local.
Okay.
We see him all the time. He and his wife maintain it, actually, or do a lot of the maintenance on it. They're supposed to be from
Big
Southern
job.
California. Oh, big job.
Yeah, it really.
Southern facing all wood.
But you know,
Yeah.
if it's a
Mhm.
major renovation, let's say, they might be going through, I think they could be potentially eligible for historic tax credits if it's income producing, which I think condominiums do meet that criteria, but
Mhm.
rentals might, no, I'm already forgetting which is which.
Well, rentals are
But-
income producing.
Maybe
Condos
it's
are
the
not,
other way
right.
around, so,
Yeah, yeah.
but I think that'd be a great,
Mm-hmm,
you know, something to pass along, because that's a huge savings.
mm-hmm.
What is it, like 25%?
It's
Or
20%, but,
20%.
for major overall renovation, not for a small project, it's usually not worth it, but it must be listed or about to be listed previously, and I think it's eligible but not listed. I'm forgetting now.
The mansion.
the mansion.
I'm not really sure.
I
That was
really
before
forget
my
now,
time.
but
right.
that's something we can figure out, and if we can help a new owner get
Mhm.
that going, I think that'd be a very
Mhm.
good thing to do.
If you really think about it, a lot of the new construction is trying to mimic the mansion, and the Bank of America
You're right.
is mimicking
You're
it.
right.
And in my opinion, the School Lane building
I
is
think you're right,
mimicking it with the
Because
mansard.
it's a very vivid image of
Yeah,
Wayne.
But there's really nothing like the
No, I
original.
think that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, let's
So
hopefully,
I just wanted to let you know in case there's any research that would
Good
be
to know.
beneficial to the effort, and
definitely,
we'll keep our eyes on it.
we'll share whatever
sure.
we have, definitely. And we'll keep our eyes open.
Oh, yeah. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
See you
Okay,
later.
thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any other new business? Any old business? I think we'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion. A motion to adjourn?
Okay, meeting adjourned.